When you look at a person, there is a part of that person that is absolutely real, which you are not imagining. And then there is another part which is totally imagined, which is just coming from you, your projection of emotions, your projection of thoughts. You can make a distinction between the real and the unreal. The unreal is your imagination. The real is that person, that individual. Now, to be able to make this separation, you have to be here in the present moment. If you slip even a little bit into the past or the future, you cannot make this distinction because you've slipped into the mind, and for the mind, it shows you only the unreal. There is a beautiful passage in Richard Bach's Messiah where he talks about the distinction between the real and the unreal. This is in the Messiah's handbook. The world is a dream, you say, and it's lovely sometimes. Sunset, clouds, sky. No, the image is a dream. The beauty is real. Can you see the difference? I nodded, almost understanding. Later, I sneaked a look in the handbook. The world is your exercise book, the pages on which you do your sums. It is not reality, although you can express reality there if you wish. You are also free to write nonsense or lies or to tear the pages. The real is the canvas. The real is the essence. The feeling of being somewhere, the sensation of being somewhere, the aliveness, the consciousness, the knowing that you're there, all this is real. This is not imagined. This is the hard part to understand. The moment you say the world is unreal, there's a big contradiction. I don't feel unreal. I feel I'm really real. How can I say that I am real? I cannot express it. I cannot put it in words. But I have not experienced anything as real as me. You are right. You are not an illusion. Your body is. You're not an illusion, but your mind is. You're not an illusion, but your world is. You need to separate the real from the unreal. In everything you're perceiving, you have to go a few steps deeper. If you just stay at the surface, skimming at the top from one experience to another, without being in the present moment, you will never see the real that is hidden behind the unreal. You will just be moving on the layer of the unreal, from one wave to another, from one wave to another. But when you settle down, when you ignore your mind, when you use your other faculties, when you use your body, when you use the sensations of your body, when you use your intuition, your natural ability to soak in what's happening, without the mind qualifying that action, other centers will open. They're all there, but they're lying dormant. Just like a limb that has never been used, you don't know how to use it. It's like you're born with 3 hands, but you've only been using 2. The third hand doesn't know anything. It doesn't know how to brush your teeth. It does not know how to comb your hair. It does not know how to type. It is just there. But it's a perfectly capable limb. You have to train it. You have to go to it. You have to use it. Then it becomes useful. There are so many different ways of connecting with what's happening here. But here is the problem. The problem is all these other faculties are available to you only when you are in the present moment. Only when you are alive, aware, and awake to the now. But what you recognize as the most important parts of your being, your hands, legs, your ability to move, your ability to think, they all belong to the past and the future. They don't belong to the present. So there is this natural tendency that to do anything useful, to accomplish anything, I have to go to the mind. I have to go to these familiar organs, familiar parts of my being that I have been using, my mind and my body. This is why spirituality is a total U-turn. You have to make yourself totally useless to become useful in the spiritual realm. You have to enter these teachings, you have to assimilate these teachings as if you don't have a mind, as if your hands are cut off, you cannot walk, your body is done. There is nothing you can do with your body. Yet, you have to understand what is being said here and you have to put it in practice. How will you do it? Imagine if you are crippled, your mind is crippled, your body is crippled, but still you are told to understand these teachings. How would you do it? For a few days, it will be a torturous process. It will seem like the worst thing that you've ever done. But slowly, the doors begin to open. Now that's what meditation is. When you sit in meditation, you are literally crippling your mind and body for those moments. You're saying, I don't want to think and I don't want to do. I want to be. And you know how big a challenge it is to simply sit quiet. Because your mind will not stop. It won't stop using the body to irritate you. But it will take some time. Eventually, the movement happens. You will move to a place where you can be without the disturbance of the mind and the body. And what does that mean? It means now you are able to see that you can perceive life through other centers. All the centers that are available in the present moment, they're all stacked one on top of the other. They're all in the present moment, in the vertical column. Your mind and body is in the horizontal column. That is why if you have not meditated, if you have not walked, if you have not already started walking on the spiritual path, it will seem like there is nothing to find here. I already know who I am. I know my mind, I know my body, I know what life is. If you tell me world is an illusion, yes, world is an illusion, fine, I'll accept it. If you tell me I am the supreme being, I am the Brahman, fine, I'll accept it. What is it that I have to do here? What do these teachings have to do with my life? My life is on the horizontal plane, where it's all about thinking about the future. It's about tomorrow. It has nothing to do with the now. That shift is the starting point, where you stop taking your spiritual teachings to your stupid mind and ask it to explain it to you. Either you understand something intuitively in that moment, in that very moment when you hear it, or you don't get it. If you don't get it, just drop it. Don't try to understand it. Don't try to somehow squeeze yourself into that place where you can understand what's happening. Because when you try, your mind enters. That is why all this requires a subtle artistry. You cannot force it. Be in the moment. Just trust that these teachings will resonate. Some part of your being is soaking all these in. It is only your mind, that small part of you, that is rejecting all this. It is because you want your mind to also accept these teachings, you're in trouble. The moment you say, I am not my mind, and the mind speaks like me. The mind never says, here, I am the mind. I am telling you, you're not going to become enlightened. That's not how the mind says. The mind says, there's no way I can become enlightened. There's no way I can become quiet. There is no mind in the conversation. It speaks as you. Now that is what Viveka is. That is what discrimination is. To listen to that voice and say which part of this voice is real and which part of this voice is unreal. You have to do this with everything. What you are perceiving on the inside, what you're perceiving on the outside. Every moment you have to keep distinguishing between the truth and the false. Now, there is no need of effort here. You don't have to pause, stop something. You don't have to hold a person and say, wait, let me first figure out which part of you is real and which part of you is unreal. It doesn't work like that. It has to happen intuitively. Once you start practicing to look for that something deeper in everything, you will know how to look for it instantaneously. And you will intuitively also know that part which is just your imagination.